Hello, planners. How are you? I miss you so much. I've had a lovely break, but now it's time to set the new week for September the 11th to the 17th. And as I plan out the new week, what I want to do is reflect on the previous week, see what worked, see what didn't work, and then hopefully plan for a better week. So without further ado, let's just get started. Right. So I have had a lovely break. I didn't worry about it too much. I was trying to find the perfect word because it was a good week. Although yesterday I did have some anxious moment, but I went for a walk with my husband. It does clear the head. So if you haven't started doing regular walking in your weekly routine, I highly recommend it. I don't do enough of it, but make sure you do. So now, as someone who has been planning for a while, I have learned the importance of reviewing the week before to just make sure that you know exactly what works. So of course, repeat that. And then what maybe not worked, and then make sure to look at it in a way that you're not going to either overwhelm yourself if you were feeling a little bit stressed or overwhelmed the previous week. I see a lot of you are already here in the chat. Hello, Marcus. Hello, Jesse. Al is here. Marcus was stretching on the train, so make sure you are taking your scheduled breaks. Stephanie, hello. How are you? Yes, you made it, and I'm so glad you're here, and I do appreciate you and everyone for popping in and taking a moment of your precious time to be with me, Mariane, and I really appreciate it. And once again, all of you are so welcoming of everybody else in the chat, so I appreciate it. Hello, Lauren, Jewish Planner Mum. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you all. Wow, you worried an appropriate amount. And I think, Marcus, I may worry a little bit too much than I should, but I am actually taking a parental stress relief program to help manage our stress. And then, of course, we can help our younger son who is on the autism spectrum manage his emotions and all the challenging behaviors that come along with being a special needs child. So I think we are doing a lot better, and if there is time, I'll talk throughout as I plan the different things that has allowed us not to be as anxious or to be as stressful. So thank you. I worry an appropriate amount. Recently, I have worried an appropriate amount, but I want to make sure that I don't worry about things that have gone by or things that may not even happen. So that's what anxiety is, worrying your mind, thinking of the things that you should have, could have done, or the things you might be missing out on, as well as things that might happen in the future. So I appreciate you all being here. Thank you so much. Welcoming everybody. So like I said, I'm going to plan out the new week for September 11th to the 17th. I have been in my planner bundle notebook. So this is a printable download that I have that I printed out and then stapled in the middle. And it's a nice little notebook. It is on my to-do list to show how I print and, put this thing together. So then it's something that people can have a look at and get if it's something they want to. And I am also have been planning in my personal size special edition Filofax Molden in charcoal. So this is for my daily planner pages. So we'll go through that. But if you are new here in the chat, a lot of you are familiar faces, so I appreciate you being here. But if you are new in the chat, type in new so I can welcome you and say hello. And of course, if you are tuning in on the replay, type in replay in the comment section. So for those of you who may not know, I am Mariane, and through my own planning, I hope to inspire you and give you ideas on how you can use your planning and your planner planner pages, whatever type of planner that you have. Use it not just as a productivity tool for your tasks, to-do lists, schedules, and appointments, but also as a way for you to use it as a form of self-care. So for those of us that love to embellish our planner pages with washi tapes, stickers, and colorful markers, use it as your me time for maybe even when you are feeling a little bit stressed or overwhelmed. Get some clarity back, because then you have something to focus on. You're out of your own head, and then it'll help you get back on track to do all the great stuff that you are good at. Now, all items I do mention and show in today's video, if you want to know where they're from, I do have the links and the description below, so make sure you do check that out after the live stream or after you've watched this show. So now, do make sure you stick to the end, because I do want to tell you the next video I have coming up that I'm in the process of making, that I think you will like, especially if you do use a Happy Planner classic size planner. So that's something exciting. So I do appreciate you so much. Should have, coulda, woulda. Yes, exactly. So I am learning about it's not so much the event that stresses us out. It's how the lens that we look through. How are we looking at it? And like as Marcus said, we are doing the shoulda, coulda, woulda. Should it be here? I should have done more. I could have done this. I could have done this differently. And many other, 3 other lenses that I am learning, that I know I myself and even my husband look through when there are challenging behaviors, not just when it comes to our son or, as being parents, but as just people managing life and all that it, throws at us. So, hello, Erin. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you being here. So now let's just get started. Like I said, I am in my planner bundle notebook for the week. Now, of course, you don't have to have the same planner insert or planner page that I am using today. What I would like to hope that you get out of this video is some inspiration and ideas. So whatever planner page you are using, maybe you can take on some ideas and implement it into your own planning, especially if you go, what do I do once I've planned the previous week? We just talked about not looking back, behind us, but we should do that to make sure that we plan a better week or a more effective week. Now, so why is it important to plan the previous week's planner pages? I'm just going to move this for a little bit so we have exactly the notebook in check. So this is my well-being, that's my weekly spread, and this is my well-being planner page. Now, it's a great way to look back at your previous planner pages, whether you're planning on a daily page or weekly page, or even looking at the month in, a bird's eye view of the month, is to see what worked, and of course do more of that. What didn't work, and did you overschedule a lot of tasks for yourself that may have overwhelmed you? So it's important to go, maybe I won't do that this week. I know my capacity, I know my capability, and I know all the different things that will come up. So you need to make sure to not to schedule too much for yourself if you know you may not get to it. Now, and of course, what are some of the important tasks that you didn't complete because maybe you didn't write it down? As I say here for a lot of times, is get it out of your head and down on paper. So then that way you're not storing it in there, trying to figure out, what was I supposed to do on Tuesday? What am I supposed to do again on Saturday? What time was I supposed to be there? So important, use your planner to jot things down, not just schedules, maybe brain dump all those things that you have, all the great ideas you have, brain dump them in your planner. So what will happen is then you can learn a lot from the week before, taking a bit of time to reflect on the previous week. And what will happen, and hopefully what you will start to see happen, is that you start to see patterns that maybe on certain days you're more productive, you're more motivated, you have lots of energy. So maybe you can tackle a lot more tasks and a lot more activities on those days. But maybe like me, I know my Thursdays and Fridays, my energy level is just depleted. All I want to do is sit on the couch and scroll through my phone. So maybe what I would do is not put so much tasks for myself, and then that way I don't feel guilty that I don't complete them. So really, really important. Now, you can grab these planner printable download from my shop at mariannecresp.com, but I'll talk more about that a little bit later on. So, like I said, this is my well-being planner page. And let me just make sure that I've got everything here. And so this I created based on the personal development methodology by Zig Ziglar and the Wheel of Life methodology. So what it is that you want to try and do things in 7 key areas to have a well-balanced life. So in no particular order, they are spiritual, mental, physical, career, social, family, and looking after your financial well-being. So this is a really, really great way to create effective habits in those areas. So then that way you don't turn around a month from now and go, oh, why did I neglect my friends? Why did I neglect my family and concentrating too much on my work? Or, why did I neglect my physical health, and then now I'm getting sick and I'm not eating well. So that is what the Wheel of Life methodology is all about. Just making sure that you are, not that you have to do everything. As you can see, I don't get to do everything every day, but what will happen is it'll give you a bird's eye view when you are reflecting back on your previous week on maybe what things can I prioritize this week? So really, really important. So what I want to do is I actually am going to color in the new week's Wheel of Life pie chart based on how well I did with my habits for those 7 key areas. And then I can plan out for the new week, what is it that I need to focus more on this week? So then that way I'm not going to go and brood in the corner and go, I didn't, I don't fit in my clothes because I ate too much sitting on the couch doing nothing. Can you tell? That's me. That's real life situation. That was me yesterday. So, all right, let me take myself off the big screen if I can do this, and what I'll explain to you how this all works, the Wheel of Life pie chart and how I color it in. So now let me quickly check. A lot of you are doing, oh, hello. I think there's some new faces that I'm seeing in the comment. Keith, hello. How are you, Keith? Thank you so much for joining in. I appreciate you. And of course, the community loves you as well. Oh, I love this. Thank you so much, everybody. I really, really do. Fully recovered. Oh, thanks, King Marcus. You haven't been well. I do hope you are in full recovery. I've been, off content creation for a little while, so I have been enjoying the time off. And for those of you, I wasn't here on the Saturday live. I did like it, but I did miss you guys so much. Exactly. Keith says that is good news that you are feeling a lot better. Okay, so now let's have a look. Now, I want to make sure I keep pressing the wrong button and I'm looking at my notes and it keeps scrolling up. And that's the beauty of a live stream, is that I have to go and look at my notes to make sure that I am on track with what I am doing. And that's why we have our planners to help us. Okay, so let me show you what I do with the previous week's planner page to help me plan for the new week. Like I said, I create habits for myself in 7 key areas. So meditating in the morning, I use my Headspace app. I read or learn whatever online course that I'm doing at the time for a minimum of 15 minutes. So then I put my timer on my watch. So then that way I'm creating a good habit. So if reading is something you want to do more often and make it a part of your daily routine, start out small. You know, don't put that I want to read a whole chapter, especially if you are busy and you don't have a lot of time. Just start out small. Maybe read 3 pages, maybe read for 5 minutes, maybe read for 10 minutes. And that way you start to build better habits by keep making it easy for yourself rather than inundating with yourself with such a big goal. And then the other thing, as part of my 7 habits for areas of focus, working out, getting active, going for a walk, career is making sure that I am actioning the top priority that I have assigned for myself. So even if I don't get to do everything that I have set out for the day, at least the top priority, the thing that matter most to me, has been actioned. So then the day is still a win, even if you don't tick everything on your to-do box. And then for social, I want to make sure that I'm reaching out or connecting to loved ones, friends, families, whether it's a FaceTime, texting, DMing, or calling. So then there's that connection, and then I don't turn around and go, you know, oh, I wonder what's happening with them. And then for family, I want to make sure that I'm just doing a 10-minute cleanup. We only live in a small apartment, so I don't need to assign certain rooms to clean for certain days, that I can clean along the way, but putting the timer on for 10 minutes. And of course, as we know, if we give ourselves a little bit of a deadline or a time frame, we actually can get a lot done in that time. And then also making sure I track my daily expenses, because if you know where your money is going, you're not wondering where it went. So let's have a looky at how the Wheel of Life pie chart works. Stephanie says, Marianne, will you be giving any updates on your new schedule for lives and content? I love tuning in to see what's going on. Now, Stephanie, I was supposed to start homeschooling today, and that's why I didn't want to commit yet to exactly whether I'm going to I think I want to keep the Monday lives going, which is 5:30 a.m. my time, because it's still before the house wakes up, and because I have to plan my week anyway. So I think Monday I will keep. Saturday I may only do every second week, but like I said, I was supposed to start homeschooling today, but my husband's new start date for his new job has been moved to next Monday. So I have another week of I'm saying holiday, but to ease me back into homeschooling. So Stephanie, for the moment, I want to make sure that I am, of course, making sure that I am planning for myself, and I'm going to take you guys along with me and have my Monday Sunday afternoon or evening for a lot of you, that live stream. I've committed. I hold me accountable for that, Stephanie. So yes. So for the moment, Mondays are every week on my live stream. So pop that into your calendar. So it's 5:30 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, my time, and whatever it is in your time zone. Fantastic. I appreciate you taking time out of your schedule to create content. Take all the time you need. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you so much. All right. Okay. So let's take some of my zebra mild liners. So these are highlighters I use. One end is a chisel tip, while the other end is a fine tip point. So I'm going to use the fine tip point today. And let me show you how I use the Wheel of Life pie chart. So as you can see here, this was from the previous week, and August was all over the place. So I just put forget about it. We won't worry about that too much because we're not going to get anxious about what we didn't do. We move forward, but we will reflect on how we did. Okay, so the first thing I look at, so the way if I can remember the way I set this up is this pie chart here. So let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. The camera is just going to be a little bit shaky. Ooh. Okay, so each pie, as you can see, has 7 segments. So then that corresponds to the number of times in the week that I completed that habit. So this here, I look at the first one. So I color code my 7 areas, and this is just for my own color coding. And of course, it gives me, once I start to get to know the codes and the colors for each habit, then I can see straight away, ooh, I may need to work on that area a little bit more this week. Okay, so the first thing I look at is the mental, which is read. So I read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days out of the 7 from last week. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then color that pie in. So guess what? When I'm looking after my mental well-being and making sure I am learning new things or I am reading, whether for pleasure or to learn something, I have built a good habit of that now, that in the morning after my gratitude log, my morning journal, and my 5-year journaling is then I set the timer for 15 minutes and I either read something on my Kindle or on my Google Play books, or if I'm taking an online course, and I have read 6 out of the 7 days. So hooray for me. Okay, so then the next thing I look at is I look at my spiritual habit. For me, that is meditating in the morning using my Headspace app. So for that, I'm going to use my green highlighter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, another great week for me when I am looking after my mental well-being. So I started meditating because I have found that meditating for me, at first I thought it was, cross your legs, but it's just a way for you to take the focus away from what's going on in your head and have something to focus on. And breathing is a good way to do that. For others, it might be going for a walk or doing some great hobby like knitting or crocheting or painting. So whatever it is that will help take the focus away from your thoughts and to something that is tangible, you can feel it, you can see it, you can touch it, then do that as part of a meditation. So that's for meditation. And then the next habit that I look at, so I use the pink one for my physical habit, which is working out or going for a walk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I am being a lot more mindful. I'll tell you what, the other previous Wheel of Life pie chart that you used to have, working out I only colored in 1 to 2 days. So I am making a lot of headway with working out and making sure I am looking after myself physically. So what did we say? It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days out of 7. So then I can color in 5 portion of that little pie chart. Can you now see that as you color in the Wheel of Life pie chart from a bird's eye view, you can start to see, oh, I haven't been doing too badly. That is so good. Okay, the next one I'm going to look at, so whether you're working inside the home or outside of the home, whatever career you have, then, what habit that you might want to get. Maybe you go to work late all the time. And so maybe your habit for the week that you want to create for yourself is get to work on time, or, you miss out the train a lot, or you might want to go and, for work, you might want to go and walk to work. Maybe if you catch a train or you catch a bus, get off a couple of stops before your, your normal destination and walk the rest of the way. That could be something that you could do as part of your career key area of focus. Now, I have seen, I have seen something, some new faces. That's great. Woohoo! Yes, I am doing quite well. Yes, yes. Forget about it. Forget about it. So for the things that when we are looking back and reflecting, if it's gonna cause you stress or anxiety, forget about it, right? Irene, hello. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate. Congrats on working out. May, I hope you're walking as well. I think I walked two times. Although, even though some of those walks were to the shops, two birds with one stone, have some retail therapy and getting my walk on. Everybody is here. I love it. I love it. I love it. Hello to everyone. Okay. Now, so what is the next color or area of focus that I need to color? I said it was career. So for me, the habit that I gave myself for the week is making sure that I am actioning whatever priority of the day I have assigned for myself. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See what happens when you do take a break? A lot of times, let me tell you what, I used to think that if I took a break, then I would fall behind even more. But no, it's just like, charging your phone, charging the battery of your phone, right? Sometimes you need to have it close to the wall and plugged in, and you may not be able to use it. You get to do something else. It's recharging. There's more energy for you to use, and more energy means you're capable of doing more in the same amount of time that you would otherwise do if your battery level is low. So it's really important that I have discovered rest is very, very important. Okay, so then the next color, let's have a look at what the next one is. I think the next one I do is the family section, which is for me making sure I clean our flat. So I use purple for that one. And the reason why I make sure cleaning is a good part, is a big part of my well-balanced 7 areas of focus. So whatever family thing you want to do is, for me, a cluttered place then means I get upset. It triggers me if there's socks on the floor, if, there's things on this dust. Now, I'm not pedantic about cleaning or anything like that, because guess who makes the most of the mess? Me. I'm the one who takes over the dining table with all my mess. So, the cleanup and the activity of doing a 10-minute cleanup really is for my sanity. So then I don't go and bark at everybody else in the house. So 1, 2, 3. I didn't clean up as much. I have actually put a lot of my clutter and a lot of my junk in those big IKEA boxes, big IKEA bags. So then it's not all over the place. At least it is contained. And then the next thing I look at, so yellow is for my social. So that's me just making sure I'm touching base with friends, family, saying hello, how are you? There doesn't have to be anything wrong. There shouldn't have to be anything wrong for us to reach out to our loved ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I reached out to friends, whether, blood related or my lovely virtual friends, and reaching out through DMs. So there we go. And then the final one is finance. I have a hair. I can feel a hair on my cheek. So the final one is tracking our daily expenses. and I only did that one day. So I'm a little bit behind with tracking our expenses. And the reason why is, like I said, my husband is starting his new job on next Monday, and we are actually using parts of our savings to finance the household budget. So and so there hasn't been any regular income coming from there. So then I've sort of just turned my eye away from it. So I'll track it again once hubby gets the regular, whether he gets paid weekly or fortnightly. But I know I need to start tracking it, because guess who has been spending a little bit? I've been spending a little bit as part of the therapy that I'm giving, self-help therapy. But I am making sure, of course, that I am not going into debt for it, or at least I'm waiting either that 24 hours before I hit checkout or pay, whatever's in my cart. So we got out of debt back in 2017. So we have been much, much better with our financial well-being. So I didn't go too off the wall with the spending, but I need to make sure that I am tracking it. All right, so let's have a look. Where are we in the chat? May saying hello. I love it. And Stephanie, I leave things all over when overwhelmed. Yes, so, sometimes you just got to close the book on the previous week. Don't worry about it too much. If you didn't fill in those planner pages, everything is okay. So now what does this do? What does this all mean to me? So the Wheel of Life pie chart gives you a nice bird's eye view of the things that you may have done really well. So I can see I have actually done overall very, very well compared to how I used to have, some certain areas. Now, like I said, the 7 habits that I assign for myself doesn't mean I have to do each and every one of them every day and every week. It's just a great opportunity for me to go, you know what? Certain areas I have neglected, so I need to make sure, as part of our review of your previous week and to plan better for the new week, is that I need to make sure I'm on top of the daily expenses so it doesn't get away from us. And then I don't turn around that, oh, I spent too much on this, or, we don't have enough savings put on that, especially if a quarterly bill is coming up in the next few months. I need to make sure I'm putting money aside for that, called the sinking fund. So this gives me a really, really good way to now plan for the new week, that I need to do my daily expenses. So I need to make that a top priority as part of my 7 key areas. I need to make sure that I'm cleaning up as I go, putting the stuff away, or maybe donating a lot of the things that's, cluttering up my house. And I know I have to. My husband just says, if he had a wish, he could just, he could wish that he could just chuck all that stuff out. I went, no. I may need those iPad and iPhone boxes that I bought from 3 years ago. I may need those boxes, so don't throw them away. Put in the chat or in the comment section if you still have boxes in your cupboard of things that you have bought previous year, years away, but you're still hanging on to those nice, boxes. Me, I have boxes for my Filofax, boxes for my iPad, boxes for my cricket machine, boxes for the different lights. And yes, I know they are taking up a lot of space, but I can't seem to throw them, because you know why? When I throw them, that's when I need them. So let me know if that is also you. Okay, so also while you're here, let me know in the chat or in the comment section what habits and routines that you set for yourself to make sure you have a well-balanced routine for your week. Or is this something that you're looking at? Are you looking at, week on, week out? Are you always going, dang, I didn't, do this, I didn't do that, or, I said I wanted to read more, or I said I wanted to meditate more, or I said that I wanted to go and take up a new hobby. This is a really great way to set those habits for yourself that gives you a nice, well balanced and effective routines for your week. So if you haven't tried, and it doesn't have to be all 7, it could be 8. Some people, you might have 10 key areas of focus for yourself. So let me know in the chat if you have certain habits and routines that you are doing really good at, or that you may want to go and practice more, because habits is a form of practice. It's not perfection. It doesn't mean you have to go and do it all the time to be effective. Just making those incremental changes 1% better, as they say. So let's have a look at the chat. Here we go. May, boxes for the big stuff is very, very important, right? See, I'm not alone. Thank you, May, for letting me. I have boxes, but I repurpose them, so I do use them. I will use mine too, Irene. No, for sure. That's what my thoughts are, that I may need those boxes, later down the track. Yep. Erin says have tons of boxes for just in case, and it's how we were raised. Exactly. And you know what? Every time I throw something out, I just need it the next day. I try to fill the old boxes with donations. That's a great idea. Thank you for that, Stephanie, because I have a few handbags, because I'm a stay-at-home homeschooling mom, and as a content creator, I don't use a lot of the handbags I used to have. And an idea that I would love to do is to fill them up, with female care packages, and then maybe donate them. That's something, that is something on my wish list for a long time, is to do something like that. So Stephanie, thank you so much for reminding me with regards to donations. So old handbags, fill them up with female care packages. Thank you so much, Stephanie, for reminding me. That has been on my to-do list, and I haven't done it yet. So Marcus says, I kept boxes, but let's be honest, they will never be needed. I know. And you know what? My son has done it too. So he created his own computer, the parts, and put them together. And he's got they're big boxes. And I tell him, throw them away. You won't need them. You created the computer. And he says, no, what if I sell them on eBay? So I can't get too mad at him with that if his own mum is doing exactly the same thing. Every box that comes in gets filled with donations. What a fantastic idea. I love it. See, Jessie says, me. Bags, boxes, padded brown craft envelopes from stationery from 1985 to present. Yes, that's the same with me, and ribbons as well. I keep them, all the ribbons, in case I need it. So I don't need to go. But you know what I do? I buy new ribbons for presents. Keeping boxes for gifts for Christmas beats having to buy a box. Exactly. That's an amazing idea. I save old backpacks and put care items in there for my students at work. Yes, that's a great idea too. I love that, Stephanie. I did that during college. Make school supplies, bags for students with my planner supplies. We are coming up with some really great ideas on how to repurpose either old bags or old handbags, as well as old boxes. Stephanie, the backpack idea is wonderful. See, that's why I do love our community, because we are sharing these great ideas, and not just planning ideas. So keep them coming. I love it. I love it. Okay, so now where am I up to? So for the new week, let's have a look. There we are. So for the new week, I know I need to focus, like I said, on tracking our expenses, getting a bit more cleaning up and decluttering decluttering my house, and as well as making sure that I am not spending too much on the things. I've got everything, really, to be honest. I have everything. I don't need any more things, but I know that when I do get anxious, that is my a go-to, and it shouldn't be. Spending shouldn't be a go-to, because that's the thing that can get me in trouble, overspending. Or back in the day when I was in debt, we were in debt, and it's not good being financially, not like rich, but having financial well-being as part of a well-balanced life ensures that for those moments that things do get anxious and emergencies come up, you are not forced to do stuff that, it gives you a little bit of freedom. That's what money has given us, and being, having a little bit savings, having a little bit of sinking funds. So it allowed me to take some time off from homeschooling, have hubby come in, do the homeschooling, and it gave us the financial freedom not to put too many more anxiety and overwhelm and stress into already what I was going through as part of my mental well-being. So for those of you, I really do, if the first thing you can do with financial well-being is just tracking where your money's going, that is a great start. So make sure that you do that. Okay, so let's get back into it. I want to make sure time doesn't run away from me. And so, like I said, clean space is very, very important. And I want to focus more as well is being consistent with my working out. So rather than just, I might do a little bit of workout here and there because, I ate too many Doritos, or I had Krispy Kreme donut yesterday. So really, really important. So I like to review the previous week the same time that I'm planning. So when you do see me plan of the week here on YouTube, I do the embellishments first, and then off camera I do exactly what I've done is look at the previous week, what's my focus for the new week. But yeah, so you can choose whatever day or whatever time suits you to review your the previous week. So try and do it, as part of your planning for the new week, so then it's all one. And remember, for those that may ask, where do I find the time to do all of this? You gotta make time, because who is important? You. So if you don't have time to do all the embellishments because you are busy, don't worry about washi tapes and stickers and colorful markers maybe for the new week. Keep it simple, so then that way, but it's really important to reflect back on how well you did. So when I look at the part of the next things I do is I look at my to-do list and see what worked. Did I complete everything on my to-do list? If not, why? Why didn't I complete it? Did I put too many stuff on in my day and just underestimated the time it would take me to get everything done? Did I get distracted with social media or other interruptions? So what I normally do is I look at my daily planner pages. So this is my Filofax Special Edition personal planner in the charcoal color. So I go back and look at the previous week. So Monday, now I do check my daily pages in the new week, the new day, the next day, what I'm trying to say. So then that way I don't put too much on myself when it comes to the new week. So I just have a look, have a look at your to-do list and tasks. Are there anything that wasn't completed that you either need to move to the new week? Do you need to move it to another month? Or do you need to delete it altogether and omit it because maybe it's not that important? So have a look at your to-do list. What is it that you didn't get to do? What is it that you forgot to do because you didn't write it down? So this is my daily one-page planner insert that allows me to time block my day, so to set things, and then gives me enough space to write my tasks and to-dos for the day. So let's see, for Sunday, I need to clean the boys' toilets. So I just sat on the couch yesterday, and then when I did manage to get motivation and energy after my walk, I thought, you know what, I don't want to spend my afternoon or my evening cleaning the boys' toilets. So that's something that I need to do. So I will put a little arrow So see how a little arrow to say I'm going to move it to the new week. And then 15 minutes, gather brand contact details. So I need to put that onto figure out what day of the week do I need to move those incomplete tasks. So today I'm going to clean the boys' toilets because meh, boys' toilet. Okay, so when you are moving anything incomplete task to your new week, the things you need to figure out is what days of the week. So if you have been planning for a while, what days of the week do you have a lot of energy, that you are motivated? For me, Monday, Tuesday, and parts of Wednesday, I know that I'm excited to tackle the new week, to tackle on, it's a fresh start to the week. I'm motivated to go, all right, we got to get things done this week. So I'm going to put and assign a lot more tasks for myself on the beginning of the week. I know I've seen it in my, I think it's in my mood tracker. I've seen it for myself in my habit tracker. And the mood is that, Thursdays and Fridays, it's rather than a great day, it's a good day. So I know for myself that I may not action things later on in the second half of the week. So I'm not going to go and put pressure or even more pressure on myself to go and action things when I know it's not going to get completed. I'm just going to get upset with myself because it's like, oh, you told yourself you were going to do that and you didn't do it, blah, 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 right? So go and figure out for yourself what days of the week you do not have a lot of energy on and plan accordingly. Don't put yourself in a same position again. If you knew last week, oh, I had to move that task to the next day and then move it again to the next day and then move again to the next day. Go and ask yourself the serious question. Is it important enough for you to action it now? If you are moving it from next day to next day to next day, if you've seen something on your to-do list for a long time because you keep moving it, stop. Ask yourself, how important is this in my life? If I'm not actioning it, is this important to someone else? Or is this important enough to me? Or am I maybe making it such a big task that I should break it down in small bite pieces? And because, sometimes we go, I've got to go clean the house, right? Instead of saying, I got to go clean the house like I do, I'm going to tackle one IKEA bag because of all the clutter is in those big blue IKEA bags. So I'm going to tackle just one IKEA bag, or like I said, with my cleaning, I'm just going to clean for 10 minutes and whatever I can do in 10 minutes, that's it. So don't overwhelm yourself with too many tasks and plan accordingly. Okay, so I've already noted down from things from last week. Let me show you. So this is my weekly page. So if you are a planner on a weekly spread basis, have a look at it. What are things that you didn't complete? What are things that you need to move? And so off camera, I already made a list on a sticky notepad of the things that I want to move to the new week. So when I'm assigning these tasks for my new week, I know I'm going to put a lot of it here. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is because it's when I have more energy. I am motivated. I've got the energy. And then not so much on Thursday, Fridays, because I have known now that Thursdays, Fridays, I actually don't want to do anything. So I make that as my day off. So for when we start homeschooling, that's when we go on an excursion to the library. We go an excursion to the sea life, go for a walk, go for our little excursions. And then Saturday and Sunday I actually like to work on Sunday. So then I don't have that as my day off. So you're on your to-do list, write it down. So I'm going to assign that off camera. I'm going to assign a lot of stuff on my Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe only 1 to 2 things on Thursday, Friday, because that's my day off. And then again, get ready for the new week on the Sunday. So, let me quickly have a look at the chat. Budgeting Mama, keeping boxes for gifts. Oh, yep, I've read that one. Stephanie, backpack is wonderful. Hello, Jessie to Irene. I love it. I also keep on buying stuff when I'm anxious. Hello, Vecna. How are you? Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you. And I also order a lot of food delivery. Look, there are times that, you know, if we want to make things a little bit easier on ourselves, just like I said, you know, when we know we get overwhelmed, don't be too hard on yourself when it comes to things like this. But you know what I love? That you recognize it. So then for those days that you know you get anxious, put on your planner, if you do plan, put things that you know, meet up with a friend. So, or instead of buying stuff, if you're going to spend, how about spending it on an experience, you know, going to the markets, going for coffee with a friend, and then that way you get a lot more out of it. Because what I'm finding when I'm reading about habits and the way habits work is it's not so much the tangible stuff that that gives us the dopamine or that make us feel better. It's the not anxiety, the anticipation of doing that, if going shopping. Oh, I can't wait to go and shop, to buy, or I can't wait to go and you know, do the stuff to the thing that actually is the reward for a lot of us, or for me anyway, is not so much the actual thing itself, but the idea of doing it. And I think that's where stationery and buying the washi tapes and stickers that I don't use often, or I don't use them all, but it's the anticipation of buying new washi tapes and stickers that gives me the boost of happy drug, the dopamine. But then I don't use them. Why? Because it's not so much the reward of having them, but it was the reward of buying new stickers. So hi, Vecna, I can relate. The fees on deliveries, right? I know. I remember, that was the ease for me. That was the ease of the credit card, you know, put the shopping, even though it was only like $4.17, put it on the credit card. And then, of course, you don't pay it back because the money that you get for your pay, you pay for something else. So really, really important. Okay. So when you are planning your new week, don't put too much on days you know you're already going to be busy. Don't assign tasks on days that your energy level isn't high, and make sure not to assign tasks on your day off. Go and relax and take the time for yourself. Create me time. Enjoy your time off. And then, of course, for those days you know you have more energy, then you can assign a lot more tasks for yourself because you are more productive. Or what you can do is batch similar tasks together. So anything on the computer, your emails, you know, answering questions or typing stuff, keep them all batched. So then that way you get a lot more done and it's a lot more effective. So let me know in the chat or in the comment section, what day of the week do you know, or if you have seen the pattern that you are more productive, or days that you know what? Can't be bothered on these days. I know already that I'm not going to go and assign too much for myself. Let me know in the chat what day of the week you know you have more energy or that you don't have energy. Now, of course, if you are finding value in today's video, guess what? Please make sure to hit that like, I think it's there, that like button. And share this live stream once it's over with all your planning friends, because it's really important that sometimes we forget to do these things until we are reminded, or someone goes, hey, we should do this. So hit that like button and make sure you share this video for more, and it lets me know that you are enjoying my videos and getting a lot of value from it. So a really good way of, the reason why you should review your previous week is it stops you from winging it, I'll just assign days on this and assign task on this day and assign task on that day. So what happens is then when you're just winging it is you may feel like you're busy because you have a lot of tasks or that you assigned yourself for the day, for the week. But then what happens is those tasks may not be important to you, or they may not be what matters most to you. So being busy actually doesn't equate to being productive. So make sure that you are still reflecting and then looking back and going, you know what? Does that warrant me to move it to the new week? Not that important. I'll let it go. I think I read a book that said it was hell yeah or no. If there are things on your to-do list where you're like, hell yeah, then go for it. But then if you go, arming and ahhing about it, maybe it's not that important. So, and of course, reflecting back and embellishing your pages. So I will do the embellishment once I get off the page, but I'm going to go and make my heading, add washi tapes, add stickers, embellish it with colorful markers. So I'm going to do that. So that time, of course, is a time for you, your self-care. Remember, don't just use your planner pages as a way to do all the the not so fancy, sexy stuff of planning your tasks and to-dos. Have it as a me time and take some time off for yourself to just focus on something that you enjoy. All right. So, and what it does, I'll tell you what it does is it allows you to get more clarity because you see it down on paper. If you start filling in your weekly pages with things to do, you sort of start going, you know what? I'm not assigning any more tasks for my day for Monday or Tuesday. That can wait later on in the week, or that can wait for next month. It gives you direction. You know what it's like? It's like, you know how when you get lost, let's say you're driving and you get lost, what you need to do is stop on the side of the road, look at the map, and then figure out where you need to go and get better understanding of how you're going to get there. So then that way you're not driving around in circles. Look at your planning the same way. Of course, there will be times where you just go, you know what, I don't have time to plan. It's not that you have to plan, like I said, plan every day. Like my little catchphrase that you see at the beginning is plan your week, plan your day, do it, and then review it. Plan, do, review. You do have permission to pivot, change things around to fit your day, your needs, not someone else's days or need. So like I said, if you do want to grab these planner printables, so what I have is, this is the Planner Bundle Notebook Printable. So it has all the pages that you need for a month. So you've got a cover page you can embellish, you've got the calendar, you've got a habit tracker, mood and sleep trackers, well-being planner spread, a weekly spread, and you have 5 weeks worth. So enough for a full month of planning. And then at the back, you have a place that you can do your gratitude log. So then you're looking for the wins and what you're thankful for in the day. So this is the Planner Bundle Printable. And then I just add a lovely printed craft paper as the cover page. And so imagine you have 12 of those, and then it's nice and thin. Pop it in your bag. So that's that one. Or if you want to get my planner personal size daily 1 page, and the well-being planner spread and the weekly spread, they are also individual printable downloads. So if you are thinking of taking trying out planning your key areas, using a wheel of life tracker to see what you need to focus on. It also has a morning journal. You can go to my page at mariannecresp.com, or they're actually tagged at the bottom of the description as well. So that's a little, and I have them available in A5, Happy Planner Classic, letter size or big happy planner, as well as some personal size planner inserts and pocket size. So that's where you can grab them, or you can just go to my website, and if you haven't signed up for my newsletter yet, make sure you do. Okay, so let me quickly check the chat. See, Vecna says, me, same with the washi tapes. I have a full box and then I actually don't use them that much. And it's definitely, as you said, it's more about the anticipation of the reward. And I'm learning that. And so now I had to go and try and figure out different ways for my current washi tapes and my current markers and my current stickers to use them to be able to have the same dopamine hit. I love this time with all of you each week. So much encouragement and compassion. Exactly right, Maze. I do love it too. And I do miss it when I'm not on here, because you are also my boost of confidence and my, help me you're my dopamine hit when I see others like me who also love the art of planning, and then we also get to learn from each other. I've learned so much from you guys today. I have CPTSD from early childhood. Chronic stresses cause permanent energy depletion. I do not have any motivation. But you know what, Jessie? You are here. And that is motivation for us as having you here. And hopefully you also know that you are worthy. We love you being here as part of the community. And it is difficult when you have chronic stress and a lot of trauma maybe from previous. So hopefully you are looking after yourself, getting the help that you need, which is fantastic, because I have certainly found that at first I used to think asking for help was a weakness. It's actually a strength. Do you know why asking for help is a strength? Because you are still in the mindset of knowing that I've got more to give. But I just don't know how to do it myself. So that is the beauty of asking for help, is that you've got this. You are not so into the darkness that you have given up. So I love that you are here, you turned up, and we can celebrate each other. I really, really do. Yes, Stephanie, I really do support, I really do find support in this community. I so love that you do, Stephanie, and I do too. I think you guys give so much more to me than I feel like I give to you. I know I do. So I'm not putting myself down, but you just don't know how much your support and turning up for me here has helped boost me up. And so that is the motivation that I need. Yes, Vecna and May and Hope. I love it. I love it. We're here, Jessie. Exactly. Make sure. So now I've got to be accountable. Gonna try and show up every Monday here for my time, Sunday for a lot of you, and Sunday afternoon or evening for a lot of you. But if we're not here for each other, we're gonna be in it. I try and make sure that I'm posting in a community tab, and you'll see my shorts and reels on Instagram. So I do turn up that way, and you can just message me, of course. Now, all right. So now the important when you are planning for your new week and reviewing your previous week, that you are intentional and you are mindful when you are planning out. So and take time to reflect and adjust. Who watched Friends? When Ross goes, pivot. That's what I always tell myself, is you have permission to change your mind, adjust things, get rid of things. Don't worry about it if it's not important. So make sure that you are intentional and being mindful. Now, like I said, make sure you do subscribe to the channel, because and hit that bell to get notification, because next video that I want to try and complete, because I haven't, I have done parts of it, I've filmed parts of it, but I think it's the motivation if I say it out loud and tell it to the world, that the next video I'm going to be making is, I want to create, see these, I have it in my in my A5, is these clear divider tabs. See these clear divider tabs I have for my planner? So I have it in my A5. You saw it in my personal size planner. So these are made of laminating sheets. Or actually, these ones are from those plastic document envelopes. But I think here, these ones are from laminating sheets. So I just ran laminating pouches through the laminating machines that I have, and then I have created clear divided tabs for my planner. So the next video I'm making is I'm going to make clear divided tabs for a happy planner classic size planner. So I know a lot of you do use Happy Planner Classic. I have one here as I use this more, not so much for my planning, but for my to print my printables, so then I can see that they are printing at the correct size, at the correct layout. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create, I tested one. This is a matte laminating sheet. So the one that I had shown you is the glossy one, so it's shiny. This one is matte, which gives it a cloudy effect. And I used my mushroom disc bound hole puncher, so I'll also show you how to punch for your disc bound without having one of those fancy hole punches. So I am making clear divided tabs in Happy Planner Classic size using laminating machines and a label maker. That is my next video. Okay, you heard it here. I have to make it. I've made myself accountable, and so make sure you like, hit the subscribe button, and hit that bell so you know when I upload that new video. So this helps you. I know my clear divided tabs has helped me get to my most used pages, and it also helps organize my planner pages a lot better. Yes, we're here, Jessie. Oh, see, Jessie, we're here for you. I appreciate you being here. So what I need for you to do now is for you to go and see how I review my monthly goals. I'm going to have the video here once YouTube processes, but the description or the link for the video on how I review my monthly goals, check this video out, or the link in the description. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you, and see you in the next video. Bye, everybody.